Hi people, it's Archivist here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Season 0 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I've decided that at the end of each season I want to give an overview of what it was like in the past month or months of playing the game, and Season 0 has pretty much finished now. We're about to go into Season 1. And I suppose if you want to summarise this one, it's mostly a case of adaptation. Modern Warfare is a very different game from Black Ops 4. In terms of my playstyle, I have had to adapt substantially from one of aggressive play to one of highly conservative play. It's not necessarily a worse way of playing a game, but I will admit, especially watching it back, it does sometimes come across as less entertaining, which is unfortunate. There have been some interesting balance situations in Season 0 as well, like the 7.25 shotgun. I feel like that made such an impression that it will never be forgotten as that shotgun that used to have the range of a marksman rifle at one point. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit there, but you get the point. But it seems now that I don't see it too often at all. I mean, I'm playing on Shoot House right now. It was at one time a perfect map to use the 7.25, but I don't think anyone in this entire game does have it. Even the M4A1, I'm noticing, although it had such extreme dominance in matches, I don't know if it's because of the nerfs or just the fact that people are genuinely just getting bored of using the M4A1 over and over again. I mean, after all, it's a very vanilla weapon. It's super standard in terms of what it is. So I think it's a combination of the fact that they did nerf it a little bit, but also the fact that a lot of us just want some variation. My assault rifle of choice is actually now the Scar, although I will also dabble with the M13 just to try something a little bit different. But I'm seeing a lot of people use the AK-47 as well. I also think SMGs have a renewed relevance in this game, something I've seen a lot of in Season 0, whereas in previous COD titles I felt as if with assault rifles you could use them very effectively at medium and short range, but in Modern Warfare, at least from my use, SMGs genuinely do defeat assault rifles a lot of the time at close range, and I think a large part of that is purely down to aim down sight time, which is incredibly crucial in this game. So if you can just be quick on the draw with an SMG, you're going to do well. Although there was that phase where the M4A1 was crazy good even at that, but that is pretty much over now. I would say that my favourite mode, my personal favourite mode at least, is Ground War, although I get that that's going to be a divisive pick because, well, there's so much variance here. For a lot of people, it's going to be gunfight. I can seriously appreciate why a lot of people like gunfight because it is very intense. But for me, I can only play that so many times in a row before I've sort of just given in and I don't have the ability to keep up that constant intensity. But Ground War, I feel, is a mode that I can play quite a lot and that I can enjoy with a plethora of different play styles. I don't feel as if I'm limited to just using one gun type. And of course there's the variation in terms of the vehicles as well, ATVs, helicopters, tanks, etc. I haven't seen much killstreak usage, I will say, at this point in the game, and I do wonder if skill-based matchmaking, if it is indeed a thing, has anything to do with that, where it's neutralising skill levels so much that people aren't able to get that same advantage over each other that they used to do. So I can't say I've seen any tactical nukes at all, at least in my experience, and I don't usually see much above a VTOL, especially in domination. In Ground War, I will say you do get a few more chopper gunners, but lately in domination, VTOL seems to be like the cap. I don't necessarily mind that too much. I do think back to the days of Modern Warfare 2 where killstreak usage could go absolutely out of control with multiple airbound killstreaks at once, but I am starting to miss them a little bit. I felt as if they were a distinctive aspect of Modern Warfare, and it can feel as if the only way to actually get one at this point in the game is to sort of just play conservative to the extent of camping. In terms of platform preference, because this is absolutely something that could change between seasons, I'm going with either PC or PlayStation 4 Pro. So PC, you can just throw a monster rig at and get a fantastic experience, lots of customization options. PS4 Pro is just amazingly well optimized for a console experience, holds 60 FPS most of the time across even the biggest game modes. And then on Xbox, I'm assuming they just didn't even bother. Like, Xbox is a joke at the moment in terms of its optimization, and I mean that mostly for the Xbox One X, because that's the version I've actually been able to play hands-on. But I have had some complaints that have just come past me on the regular Xbox One, though I won't be as confident in my degradation of that because I don't have first-hand experience, but I can certainly tell you this is not the season of the Xbox One X. I hope in Season 1 at some point they'll introduce an optimization patch for the Xbox One X, but particularly when it comes to crossplay, if you don't want to be at a disadvantage, you should be on the PS4 Pro or the PC. And I don't know, lastly, things I want to see going forward. I would like a game mode that experiments with the idea of the old minimap to see how it plays, and gauge whether it's something that the player base at large enjoy. If it's something they don't, then it can go. If it is, we can continue to use it. I would also, and I know I'm not alone in this, but I get it's a polarizing opinion, I would like to see in Season 1 a split between a ranked game mode that prioritizes skill in terms of how it matches people, and then a more casual playlist where it just throws people together almost at random, but maybe prioritize connection. In fact, that might be the advantage of it, is just to prioritize connection. Those are my two main asks. I'd also like to at some point see the ACR in the game, though, based on the leaks. I don't think that's what we're getting in the first season, maybe a future one. But on the whole, in terms of an introduction to Modern Warfare, I have enjoyed this. It's very different, and I feel myself having to continually adapt, but I think Infinity Ward have been very bold in making this game. Bold meaning they have taken risks, some of which have paid off massively. The engine is probably the main one, and some of which are divisive, but something I certainly could not say is that Modern Warfare is a bad experience. At worst, it is a frustrating one at times, but they have made something quite magical here. And I really hope that we see them continue this excellence of quality, but maybe iron out some of the issues that do exist in the game, as there are still issues in the game for sure. So I'll see you guys in Season 1. As always, people, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.